Hey fam, just wanted to touch base. It's been a minute. I've been here in Mexico for about like a month and a couple of weeks now, or a month and like a week. I don't know. I've been so busy and nonstop that I lost track of time. But yeah. So since I've been here, I've been to 3 states. I started off in Mexico City, and then from Mexico City, I went to Oaxaca, the state of Oaxaca, and from Oaxaca, I am now in the state of Chiapas. I'm staying in San Cristobal. When I was in Oaxaca, I did Oaxaca City, one of my favorites. Like, I love Oaxaca City. And from Oaxaca City, I went to the coast, which is Puerto Escondido. Too hot, too hot. I lasted 2 days, and then I came here. I'm Cristobal. The best thing is the chocolate. Like, I love the chocolate here, the weather, the town is cute, lots of cobblestones, colorful homes. So Chamula is this town with indigenous people. It's Zoltzville. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll type it in so you can see it. But the whole town is made up of this indigenous people. So there's a mix between their indigenous practices along with Catholicism, just because of colonization. So when you get to Chamula, there's a church. This church is unlike any place of worship I've ever been to, and I've been to a ton around the world. It's very, very different. You cannot take any pictures or record anything. They protect their culture. Like, in their town, it's a very strict rule against it. Like, they will chase you and they will take your camera and they will break it. So it's not even worth it. I ain't going to the church. And I'm like, okay. You get in, maybe 1 minute, I was overwhelmed with like emotions and I started crying. Like, I promise you, there's copal incense burning. The floor is carpeted with pine needles. And then you have groups, small groups of families praying on the floor. And there's candles, tons of candles. Like, think of a birthday cake on steroids, all on the floor, and they let the candle burn until it goes out. The wax will be on the floor, so there's tons of candles. It's quiet. It's not like a Baptist church or anything else. It's very quiet, but it's there's just an energy in the air. I can't really explain it. You have to see it for yourself. But I cried. I felt a strong connection to the people. I felt like I was looking at my great grandmother. I don't have any recollection of her aside from pictures, but there was such a familiar feeling. There was one particular woman that was praying, and I thought I was looking at my great grandmother and her family. Like, there was a group that the woman was with, and it felt so familiar, and she looked just like my grandmother. And my family identifies her as being Native American. There has to be more to that, because it was very strong and powerful. Like, I wept a lot while I was in that church, and I just continued to walk around. If you go towards the front where like the pew would be in the Baptist church, there are people sacrificing things. So they have Coca-Cola bottles you'll see on the floor, and the Coca-Cola, you drink the Coca-Cola, and when you burp, it's supposed to release negativity or any malicious type of spirits or anything in you. So that's to release that negativity through burping. So they drink Coca-Cola. And then there's sacrificing of chickens. I was able to witness one. It's so quiet though. There's no like chanting or groups. It was very individual. The one that I witnessed, it was a man and maybe it was his wife, but he took the chicken and he had it by his feet and he was waving it over the candles that were on the floor. And ever so gracefully, like, there was finesse in the way that he just stretched the neck of the chicken. He just stretched it like that and held it until the chicken was gone. And you just saw the neck elongate. And after that, the lady that he was with had a black plastic bag, and they put the chicken in the black plastic bag, and she held it. And there was still movement happening in the bag. There was only so much I could watch, but there was still movement happening in the bag, and she just held the bag, and they continued with their praying. But this practice is said to take the negativity or any evil energy, anything that's like that, and you put it and transfer it to the chicken. And the chicken is the sacrifice, so that way you can remove. And that's like a drastic case where they remove any negativity from the woman, and it's done with the chicken. And it's pretty powerful to see. It was very quiet. Like,